Good evening, everyone. Let the record show that all members of the City Council are present this evening with the exception of Councilman Morgan. A copy of the Open Meetings Act is posted in the meeting room and is accessible to the public at any time during the course of this meeting. First item on the agenda is the consent agenda. All items under the consent agenda are considered to be routine by the City Council and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a council member or citizen so requests. First item is item A, approve agenda as submitted. Item B, receive and place on file all notices pertaining to this meeting. Item C, receive and place on file all materials having any bearing on this meeting. Item D, approval of minutes of regular meeting on June 15th, 2020, as on file in the City Clerk's office. Item E, approval of minutes of work session meeting on June 22nd, 2020, as on file in the City Clerk's office. Item F, approval of Treasurer's report of claims in the amount of $282,367.84. Item G, approval of Boswell report of claims in the amount of $6,966.61. Item H, refer claim of Faith Pullman and Brad Ottersberg under the Nebraska Political Subdivision Tort Claims Act to the city attorney and the city insurance carrier for review and disposition. Item I, resolution number 6578, ratifying all actions taken by the mayor and the city council during meetings held on April 6th, April 20th, May 4th, May 18th, June 1st, and June 15th, 2020 by video conference before June 30th, 2020, pursuant to Governor Ricketts' Executive Order number 20-3 and 20-24. Item J, resolution number 6579, appointing Vicki Honeycutt as the resident advisor to the Beatrice Housing Authority Board. Item K, resolution number 6580, reappointing Jana Robinson to the Beatrice Planning and Zoning Commission. Item L, resolution number 6581, removing the previously existing crosswalk located approximately 390 feet south of the intersection of South 6th Street and Perkins Street, and creating an east-west pedestrian crosswalk at the intersection of Chief Standing Bear Trail and South 6th Street, approximately 190 feet south of the intersection of South 6th Street and Perkins Street. Item M, resolution number 6582, designating streets or portions of streets as snow emergency routes and snow priority routes. And item N, resolution number 6587, granting permission to the Beatrice Mary Family YMCA to sell or offer for sale or peddle goods, wares, or merchandise upon the public parking lot at Veterans Memorial Park. Is there any item that any council member wants removed from the consent agenda? Mr. Kerr?
I need to abstain from E.
So noted. Anyone else? Anyone from the public? Mr.
I
Claybaugh?
move that the items listed under the consent agenda be approved, accepted, and are ratified as presented.
Second.
Moved by Claybaugh, seconded by Cook, that all items listed under the consent agenda be approved. Your vote, please. Bilsbach.
Yes.
Catlin.
Yes.
Claybaugh.
Yes.
Cook.
Yes.
Fairbanks.
Yes.
Kerr.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
And Morgan is absent. Passes 7-0. Next is a public hearing on the acquisition of real property from Jonathan M. Davis, described as follows. Lot 1, Houston's first addition to the city of Beatrice, Gage County, Nebraska, commonly known as 113 South LaSalle Street, Beatrice, Gage County, Nebraska, parcel ID number 0124098801. Tobias?
So, pulling up a map here for everybody. Again, this property is 113 South LaSalle Street, so on the West Court Street and the intersection, basically West Court and LaSalle Street. There was a house there, approximately 2017, I believe, was when the storm came through that area of town, knocked this house off its foundation. The property owner, Jonathan Davis, then worked with his insurance company. Ultimately, they considered it a total loss for the property. He then hired a contractor to come in and demolish the house. Unfortunately, the contractor did not finish the job. And so eventually the city had to step in and finish the demolition contract and clean up the property. When working with Mr. Davis to try to collect the money back that the city has incurred on this property, basically the agreement we've come to is that he would clear the back taxes and the liens off the property so he could give us clean title to the property. In return, we would take the property as payment for his outstanding demolition bill, which is $4,765. So that's the proposal before you tonight. We've sent him the contract. He's approved it. We just don't have a signed copy back to you. But we had the public hearing scheduled for tonight, so we'll have the public hearing tonight. The resolution itself will come before you in a couple of weeks.
Questions, gentlemen?
He was in town last week and paid and was at the courthouse. He stopped and he used to work for us at the
Okay.
center. But John, he's a friend of mine. So
Any other questions from the public? Mr. Claybaugh.
I move that the public hearing be closed at 7:06 PM.
Second.
Moved by Claybaugh, seconded by Billsbach, that the public hearing be closed at 7:06 PM. Your vote, please. Billsbach.
Yes.
Catlin.
Yes.
Claybaugh.
Yes.
Cook.
Yes.
Fairbanks.
yes.
Kerr.
Yes.
And McLean.
Yes.
And that passes 7-0. Next is resolution number 6583, executing the amended and restated environmental covenant for the former manufactured gas plant.
I move that resolution number 6583 be passed and adopted.
Second.
Moved by Claybaugh, seconded by McLean, that resolution number 6583 be passed and adopted.
No, this project is not quite done yet, so we keep working on it. Just again, a quick background. This is the former manufactured gas plant. That's the area of about 1st and Market Street. If you recall, studied it for a decade, finally went in and cleaned it up here about a year, 18 months ago. As part of that process, we had an agreement with Centel to help cover some of the cost on this particular project. When it came time to negotiate the final settlement with Centel, we noticed there was an issue in the existing covenants that we had agreed to with the state. Those covenants had on there that they lasted forever. Basically, that you had to, in perpetuity, continue to monitor this area. Well, when we value forever, that's a hard number to value in the first place, but it gets to be a very big number, and Centel didn't really care for valuing it forever. They wanted to go with what was the industry standard of 30 years, and so we agreed to go back to the state and ask them to amend the covenants that were out there to require us to continue to monitor the site for 30 years. And so what I have before you is the amended covenants, in which that's what you do. You monitor the site for 30 years. At the end of that, assuming everything's clean, the site's officially closed and we all move forward.
Tobias, does that 30 years begin when this ends, or does that 30 years begin when we started?
There is a set date in there, so it's 2050.
August 26th.
Thank
we
you.
won't be around.
Plan ahead. Any other discussion, gentlemen, from the public? All right, your vote, please. Billsbach.
Yes.
Catlin.
Yes.
Claybaugh.
Yes.
Cook.
Yep.
Fairbanks.
Yes.
Kerr.
Yes.
And McLean.
Yes.
And that passes 7-0. Resolution number 6583 has been passed and adopted. Next is ordinance number 20-015, the final reading on the proposed annexation of property owned by Steve and Laura Mullins, Gage County parcel ID number 005036000, commonly known as 824 South Sumner Street, Beatrice, Gage County, Nebraska.
I move that said ordinance number 20-15 be read by title only the third and final time tonight.
Second.
Moved by Claybaugh, seconded by Cook, that ordinance 20-015 be read by title only the third and final time tonight. Billsbach.
Yes.
Catlin.
Yes.
Claybaugh.
Yes.
Cook.
Yes.
Fairbanks.
Yes.
Kerr.
Yes.
And McLean.
Yes.
And that passes 7-0. Ordinance number 20-015 by title. It's an ordinance to extend the boundaries and include within the corporate limits of and to annex to the city of Beatrice, Nebraska, a parcel of land owned by Steve and Laura Mullins, which is adjacent, contiguous, and located in or near the city of Beatrice, Gage County, Nebraska, to provide service benefits thereto, to repeal conflicting ordinances, and to provide for publication in pamphlet form and the effective date of this ordinance. Ordinance number 20-015 has been passed and adopted. Next is an ordinance to close and vacate a portion of 7th Street located at Knapp's Addition to the city of Beatrice, Gage County, Nebraska.
I move that said ordinance be given number 20-021, the title thereof be approved, the rules be suspended, and said ordinance be read by number only 3 times tonight.
Second.
Moved by Claybaugh, seconded by Cook, that the ordinance be given number 20-021, the title thereof approved, the rules suspended, and the ordinance be read by number only 3 times tonight. A motion to suspend the rules is not debatable. Your vote, please. Billsbach.
Yes.
Catlin.
Yes.
Claybaugh.
Yes.
Cook.
Yes.
Fairbanks.
Yes.
Kerr.
Yes.
And McLean.
Yes.
And that passes 7-0. Ordinance number 20-021 by number the first time, ordinance 20-021 by number the second time, and ordinance 20-021 by number the third and final time.
I move that ordinance number 20-021 be passed and approved.
Second.
Moved by Claybaugh, seconded by Billsbach, that ordinance 20-021 be passed and approved. Tobias?
So we were approached by, all right, so let's start with the map that's up here. You're at the intersection of North 7th Street and Park Street. Landmark Snacks would be on Lot 1 there in Knapp's Addition. Lot 2, which is the left side of the hash mark, that would be part of Rohr's Machinery. Again, give everybody a ballpark idea where they're at. So Landmark Snack, again, on the east side or the right-hand side of the hash mark, which makes it Lot 1 of Knapp's Addition. Their ultimate plan is to build out that entire concrete pad that's there. However, under today's zoning rules, if they were to build out the entire concrete pad, they would run into some conflicts with our zoning rules as they read today. In order to clarify or clean up some of those issues, one thing they need to do is acquire some additional ground around the building. When looking, if they acquired part of 7th Street, that would give them enough clearance to be able to build out their future expansion plans that they have at this time. So we started looking North 7th Street there. What they propose is that we vacate that street. It dead ends, it doesn't go any further north. There is a water main there, and we'll retain a utility easement for that. There are power lines on the north side that run along the bike trail. We'll retain an access easement to be able to get back to those utility lines. So what we're proposing tonight is that we vacate North 7th Street there, just north of Park Street. Ultimately, what happens is that it is owned, the east half is owned by Landmark Snacks, or Chad and Courtney Lotman. The west half is owned by Barrow Inc., which is Rohr's Machinery. Since Lotman is the one who has asked for this to occur, he has asked that he pay all the costs. So you'll see his contract come through for $2,500. You see Barrow's contract come through for $1. That's the reason why there's a discrepancy. He asked that he pays all the cost involved in this. Other side of that, I don't know if you have any questions about this particular vacation and ordinance.
So they're paying for the cost of it, but they're not paying us for the ground.
They're paying us $2,500. The cost of the actual vacation, we don't usually charge anybody for the cost of the actual vacation. $2,500 is the purchase price of the ground.
2,501.
Seems like, to me, it seems like a low value for the property, but that's, I guess.
That doesn't serve any other businesses along there at all.
No, I get it. It's
Yeah.
that we can't use it anywhere.
Right.
It dead ends there. There's not enough room even in there to make a U-turn. So it's truly unusable property. For me, I just look at it, we've talked about it on and on over the years about establishing a square foot price for property that we sell. We've never done it. Here again, I think I'm not going to vote against it. I just don't like it.
I think there's an advantage here of what is to come and the addition that is going to come.
Totally agree.
And creating more jobs.
I totally agree.
Any other questions, gentlemen, from the public? All right, your vote, please. Billsbach.
Yes.
Catlin.
Yes.
Fairbanks.
Yep.
Kerr.
Yes.
Claybaugh.
Yes.
Cook.
Yes.
And McLean.
Yes.
And that passes 7-0. Ordinance 20-021 has been passed and adopted. Next is an ordinance to convey real estate owned by the city of Beatrice, Nebraska to Barrow.
I move that said ordinance be given number 20-022. The title thereof be approved, the rules be suspended, and said ordinance be read by number only 3 times tonight.
Second.
Moved by Claybaugh, seconded by McLean, that the ordinance be given number 20-022, the title thereof approved, the rules suspended, and the ordinance be read by number only 3 times tonight. A motion to suspend the rules is not debatable. Bilsbach.
Yes.
Catlin.
Yes.
Claybaugh.
Yes.
Cook.
Yes.
Fairbanks.
Yes.
Kerr.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
That passes 7-0. Ordinance number 20-022 by number the first time, ordinance 20-022 by number the second time, and ordinance number 20-022 by number the third and final time.
I move that ordinance number 20-022 be passed and approved.
Second.
Moved by Claybaugh, seconded by Cook, that ordinance number 20-022 be passed and approved. Any further discussion needed, gentlemen? From the public? All right, your vote, please. Bilsbach.
Yes.
Catlin.
Yes.
Claybaugh.
Yes.
Cook.
Yes.
Fairbanks.
Yes.
Kerr.
Yes.
And McLean.
Yes.
And that passes 7-0. Ordinance number 20-022 has been passed and approved. Next is item D, ordinance to convey real estate owned by the city of Beatrice, Nebraska to Chad Lotman and to Courtney A. Lotman.
I move that said ordinance be given number 20-023. The title thereof be approved, the rules be suspended, said ordinance be read by number only 3 times tonight.
Second.
Moved by Claybaugh, seconded by Cook, that the ordinance be given number 20-023, the title thereof approved, the rules be suspended, and the ordinance be read by number only 3 times tonight. A motion to suspend the rules is not debatable. Bilsbach.
Yes.
Catlin.
Yes.
Claybaugh.
Yes.
Cook.
Yes.
Fairbanks.
Yes.
Kerr.
Yes.
And McLean.
Yes.
And that passes 7-0. Ordinance number 20-023 has been by number the first time, ordinance number 20-023 by number the second time, and ordinance 20-023 by number the third and final time.
I move that ordinance number 20-023 be passed and approved.
Second.
By Claybaugh, seconded by Bilsbach, that ordinance 20-023 be passed and adopted. Any further discussion on this ordinance needed? From the public? All right, your vote, please. Bilsbach.
Yes.
Catlin.
Yes.
Cook. Claybaugh.
Yes.
Cook.
Yes.
Fairbanks.
Yes.
Kerr.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
And that passes 7-0. Ordinance 20-023 has been passed and approved. Next is an ordinance to close and vacate a portion of that certain alleyway located in the West Park addition to the city of Beatrice, Gage County, Nebraska.
I move that said ordinance be given number 20-024. The title thereof be approved, the rules be suspended, and said ordinance be read by number only 3 times tonight.
Second.
Moved by Claybaugh, seconded by McLean, that ordinance be given number 20-024, the title thereof approved, the rules suspended, and the ordinance be read by number only 3 times tonight. Again, a motion to suspend the rules is not debatable. Your vote, please. Bilsbach.
Yes.
Catlin. Claybaugh.
Yes.
Cook.
Yes.
Fairbanks.
Yes.
Kerr.
Yes.
And McLean.
Yes.
And that passes 7-0. Ordinance number 20-024 by number the first time, ordinance 20-024 by number the second time, and ordinance number 20-024 by number the third and final time.
I move that ordinance number 20-024 be passed and approved.
Second.
Moved by Claybaugh, seconded by Cook, that ordinance number 20-024 be passed and approved. Tobias?
So, got a map up here. We're on the west side of town. You'll see it's Highway 4 there. ESU number 5 would be to the left of that picture. Just to the bottom side of that picture would be the state barn for Department of Transportation. So along Hill Street there, Barry Adams purchased a house that sits on lots 1 and 2 there. It has a garage. He's looking to use that for part of his electrical business, which I believe is Adams Electrical. And then between there's an alleyway that was platted at some point in the past. He's inquired about vacating that and acquiring that alleyway. So the proposal before you tonight is to vacate this alley. There are no utilities that run through the area there, and then sell it to Barry for $720. Ted, the way we came up with that number is we looked at the number of assessed valuation of the real estate above it and below it, came up with a price per square foot, applied it, multiplied it out, came to $720.
I'm much happier with this than I was with the other.
Now, did he bought the little house to the south
Correct.
and the big shed,
Yes.
the alley was right there,
Yes.
right after the big shed. Because the other two are on the auction
Correct.
from Saturday. So,
Let's pave it.
With that?
Let's pave it.
Any other comments, gentlemen? Public? All right, your vote, please. Bilsbach.
Yes.
Catlin.
yes.
Claybaugh.
Yes.
Cook.
Yes.
Fairbanks.
Yes.
Kerr.
Yes.
And McLean.
Yes.
And that passes 7-0. Ordinance number 20-024 has been passed and approved. Next is an ordinance to convey real estate owned by the city of Beatrice, Nebraska to Barry and Corrine Adams.
I move that said ordinance be given number 20-025. The title thereof be approved, the rules be suspended, and said ordinance be read by number only 3 times tonight.
Second.
Moved by Claybaugh, seconded by Cook, that the ordinance be given number 20-025, the title thereof approved, the rules suspended, and the ordinance be read by number only 3 times tonight. A motion to suspend the rules is not debatable. Bilsbach.
Yes.
Catlin.
Yes.
Claybaugh.
Yes.
Cook.
Yes.
Fairbanks.
Yes.
Kerr.
Yes.
And McLean.
Yes.
That passes 7-0. Ordinance number 20-025 by number the first time. Ordinance number 20-025 by number the second time. And ordinance number 20-025 by number the third and final time.
I move that ordinance number 20-025 be passed and approved.
Second.
Moved by Claybaugh, seconded by Cook, that ordinance number 20-025 be passed and approved. Any further discussion needed, gentlemen? From the public? All right, your vote, please. Bilsbach.
Yes.
Catlin.
Yes.
Claybaugh.
Yes.
Cook.
Yes.
Fairbanks.
Yes.
Kerr.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
That passes 7-0. Ordinance number 20-025 has been passed and adopted. Next is a resolution, resolution number 6584, beg your pardon, executing a contract for sale of real estate to Barrow.
I move that resolution number 6584 be passed and adopted.
Second.
Moved by Claybaugh, seconded by McLean, that resolution number 6584 be passed and adopted. Any further discussion needed on this one?
The next 3, these are all the same. They're simply resolutions authorizing the mayor to sign the contracts for the real estate deals we just talked about. They all read the exact same, I think, essentially. The biggest issue when you sell property, again, is you have to provide a 30-day remonstrance period when the city sells property to give taxpayers the opportunity to come in and protest the amount that you sold the property for. If a certain percentage of taxpayers in the community come and protest, then we got to go to another step that I'd have to read again because I haven't read that statute for a while. But that's really the only hang up on delaying these things getting closed any sooner than that.
Any other questions from the public? Bilsbach.
Yes.
Catlin. Claybaugh.
Yes.
Cook.
Yes.
Fairbanks.
Yes.
Kerr.
Yep.
And McLean.
Yes.
That passes 7-0. Resolution number 6584 has been passed and approved. Next is Resolution 6585, executing a contract for sale of real estate to Chad A. Lotman and Courtney A. Lotman.
I move that resolution number 6585 be passed and adopted.
Second.
Moved by Claybaugh, seconded by Bilsbach, that resolution number 6585 be passed and adopted. Any other discussion, gentlemen? Your vote, please. Bilsbach.
Yes.
Catlin. Claybaugh.
Yes.
Cook.
Yes.
Fairbanks.
Yes.
Kerr.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
That passes 7-0. Resolution number 6585 has been passed and adopted. Next is resolution number 6586, executing a contract of sale of real estate to Barry and Corrine Adams.
I move that resolution number 6586 be passed and adopted.
Second.
Moved by Claybaugh, seconded by Cook, that resolution number 6586 be passed and adopted. And Any further discussion regarding the Adams purchase? From the public? All right, your vote please. Billsbach.
Yes.
Catlin. Claybaugh.
Yes.
Cook.
Yep.
Fairbanks.
Yes.
Kerr.
Yes.
And McLean.
Yes.
And that passes 7-0. Resolution number 6586 has been passed and adopted. Next item on the agenda is the public forum. Purpose of the public forum is for the presentation of an item by the general public to the city council for consideration at a later date. No discussion or action will be taken by the city council at this time. Is there anyone here for the public forum? All right, seeing none, we have no discussion or reports this evening. Next regular city council meeting will be July 20th, 2020 at 7 o'clock in these chambers. And we will plan, maybe not, have a work session on July 27th at 7 o'clock in these same chambers. Mr. Claybaugh?
I move that the meeting be adjourned at 7:26 PM.
Second.
Moved by Claybaugh, seconded by Billsbach, that the meeting be adjourned at 7:26 PM. Your vote, please. Billsbach.
Yes.
Catlin. Claybaugh.
Yes.
Cook.
Yes.
Fairbanks.
Yes.
Kerr.
Yes.
And McLean. And that passes 7-0. Thank you.